and to the Ultimate Racing League on this lovely wet morning in England. So wherever you are, I hope the weather's a lot better than we've got. We are with the Ultimate Racing League. We are with the Saturday multi-class races, and things are really hotting up. We are getting to the end of the season. We are at round 9, the penultimate round. Now, because of missed rounds and all sorts of shenanigans that's gone on during the season, we're going to have a single race here, and then the final race will be at Red Bull, and we will do that straight after this race. Now, I say we because I'm joined by the multi-class boss, creator, whatever, I don't know what to call you, but it's John. It's Ruthless Rufus. Hi, John.
Hello.
What is? Are you the creator of this league, or are you the boss of this league, or the manager?
I'm the creator and boss of this league.
You're the creator and boss. I was right. So great to have you on, so you can talk us through. You're going to join me in the comms, and as we go through these races. So I'm right in saying we've got one race here for 30 minutes, and then one race at Red Bull straight after this. We're going to have a little break in between so that myself and John can grab a quick cup of tea, but we will be back. So is that right? We're going to do two 30-minute races for you this morning.
Yep, and it is obviously double points for both races.
Double points as well, very, very important. We're hoping to get the league table or points ready for the next race, and I'm sort of stalling a little bit because I'm just trying to see if we are actually broadcasting. I just want to make sure we are, otherwise we're talking to ourselves.
Let me just look.
So we're just going to have a quick check of things, because otherwise, like I say, we'll just be talking to ourselves. I think we are. Yeah, I think we are live. So that's good. I'm going to crack on anyway.
We are, because I just had a look
to where we were.
So I can see it.
As you can see, that beautiful picture on the screen, that fantastic mountain we've got there. We are in Croatia at Dragon Trail Seaside, and 5.2 miles of track, 3.2 miles of track. Sorry, I can't even read my own writing. And 17 turns. This track basically is just one big triangle with a few wobbly bits in between. Most notable for the chicane of death, and as most people know it, I think one of our fellow commentators calls it Old Snakey, but whatever you call it, it's a bit of a dangerous old turn. But we'll go more about that as we get in there. So if you just want to, just in case somebody's watching and don't know what the hell we're talking about, John, do you just want to explain what this is all about, the multi-class?
It's basically I don't know how to explain it. It's basically a league with two classes of car.
So we've got Group 3 and Group 4 on the track at the same time.
Yeah.
Two championships running side by side.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
At the same time. Yeah, that's basically it. Well, we will get straight into this one. We'll go down the grid. So after qualifying, is this qualifying or league positions?
Qualifying.
This is qualifying. So we'll, if I can get the right camera, there we go. So we'll go down this way. I'm not going to do a grid walk because it just takes a little bit longer, but what we'll do is we'll go down the grid, then we'll get this race started, and we'll have a chat as we go along. So as you can see, on pole position in the first of the GR3 cars is Grasshopper. Just behind him in the AMG is Derview 86 in second place, Unforgiven in third in the familiar BMW, Phaser in the second of the AMGs, he's sitting in fourth, and then Nightbreed in the Porsche in fifth. So that's your lineup for the GR3s. And then in the GR4s, we've got Peter in sixth in the Ferrari. We've got the Big Mac, yourself, John, also in the Ferrari. Stealth in the McLaren, he's sitting 8th, and then Molepiece in the NSX sitting in 9th. So what was that, 5 and 4? So we've got 5 GR3s and 4 GR4s on track. So we will, without further ado, we will get Grasshopper to get us underway. Obviously the GR3s are going to be in front of the GR4s, because they're quicker.
Yep.
So we shall get Grasshopper to take us down this straight. 653 metres long, the straight from the exit of turn 17 down towards turn 1. Turn 1 is more of a little kink in the road, isn't it, than anything else. And then we come to the first of the chicanes through turns 2 and 3. So all of the GR3s getting through safely, and the GR4s all follow through. So everybody's going to be pretty tight for the first lap or two as they go through a turn 5. And then into turn 6, the first of the really sharp right-handers. So we'll just do a lap and then we'll have a bit of a chat. Then we start down the hill now towards turn 7, 8 and 9. You keep your foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal for this one?
Yeah, well, I know I have to, but I don't to keep it. I come off the accelerator, but I go down a gear. It's
a pretty quick section of the track, isn't it? You go up to the crest of the hill, down and then into turn 12, and that's where you wave at everybody sitting on their posh yachts. You can see the cruise ship just in the distance there as well. They've all come to see this. And then we're into the chicane of death as we see Phaser taking it on for the first time. Everybody through with no casualties as Molepiece goes through. Nightbreed's gone through, Pete, Molepiece. Then we've got yourself just on the exit. You just crashed.
Yeah, me and Stealthy had a crash.
Let's just have well, if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have spotted that one. So, that was that a bit of a bumper kiss from Stealth?
Yeah,
let's just have a look.
He gave me a bit of a bump. His brakes didn't work properly.
Oh, he just couldn't get that McLaren slowed down, could he? And give you that bumper kiss. He seems to be waiting as you try and get yourself back on track. So well done to Stealth for waiting. I'm sure it was nothing intentional. And there you go. So that's you two a lot further back than what you really needed to be at the start of this race. So we'll just go back up to our current leader. Grasshopper still out in front. Phaser has got himself in front of Unforgiven, so I'm not sure if Unforgiven has had a bit of a moment as well, and apologies for missing that, or Phaser's just pulled a fantastic move, but Phaser has got himself up into third. I think Phaser's enjoyed this multi-class racing. It's his first season, I believe, with us, and some of the messages and comments he's sent to me, I think he's really enjoyed this, trying to get to grips with everything.
Yeah, I think he has as well.
Yeah, well done to him. Let's just have a look at the top. Grasshopper is just he's just running away with it at the minute. I'm just having a look. Derg is probably 3 or 4 car lengths behind him. So Grasshopper in the familiar Corvette, Derg in his AMG. Phaser not that far behind, so the front two not really having it all their own way at the minute. Unforgiven doing everything he can to catch back up to Phaser. Then we've got Nightbreed sitting in 5th. He's having a bit of a lonely race at the minute. He can just about see the back end of Unforgiven. Sorry, John, you were going to say?
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out because I think it was lap 9. There was a freeway crash.
Oh, nice. And of course, safety car is only called in the first couple of laps. So that's Molepiece in 7th. Everybody spread out now, aren't they? And then you've got yourself and Stealth still battling it out for 8th and 9th.
Yeah, I did start pulling away from Stealth at this point.
The McLaren that Stealth's in is quite a decent car, isn't it? I mean, I've not been in it for a while, but it used to be sort of the car of choice because it was a good all-rounder. Great through the turns, not too quick in a straight line, but you know it did the job. The Ferrari was always a handful, though, wasn't it?
It was okay. You know what? It was a good. Like when we started this championship, it was good. And then when they brought the new physics in, it's just like at the start of the season, I won the first race. And ever since the first race of the season, I haven't been able to get to grips with the car because it's just.
I think there's a
like,
few been done like that, isn't there?
Yeah.
People struggling with them. But
Yeah,
you
and
are up there. You are up there amongst the leaders in the GR4 battle. So, as I say, for anybody watching, we will be bringing the points for the next race. The next race, incidentally, will be at Red Bull. And as I say, as soon as this one's finished, myself and John are going to go grab a cup of tea, and then we'll be straight back to bring you that Red Bull race, which will be the final race of the season. So back up to the top. Derg now starting to put the pressure on Grasshopper. Grasshopper on the soft tyres. Derg also on the soft tyres. So it's softs and mediums, is it, John, for these races?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and Derg has just got the current fastest lap of 1:37.2. Really putting the pressure on Grasshopper now. I mean, Grasshopper's obviously used to it. He's used to being out in front. So it won't really phase him too much, I don't think. Coming under the pressure from Derg. Let's just jump on board, shall we, with Derg as we go around turn 5 into turn 6. This sharp right-hander. Then we start up a little bit of an incline before going over the brow of the hill, then down through turn 7. Wave to everybody in the crowd at turn 8. Probably don't wave because you need your hands on the wheel. Then it's through turns 9 and 10. And then as soon as we go over this little crest, which is turn 11, it's a race down towards turn 12. You can see the cruise ship in the background there, hard on the brakes for this sharp second of the right-handers. And then we head towards the chicane of death, which is turns 13, 14, 15 across the curb, and then 16 the exit. Try not to get thrown against that barrier on the left, as Derg very nearly did. That just scraped a tenth or two off of him then. Through the tunnel and then down towards turn 17, the last of the sharp, tight right-handers, and then it's back onto the start-finish straight. As I mentioned at the start, 653 metre run from the exit of 17 down towards the entry of turn 1. So plenty of chance to slipstream, but Derg's just not close enough to Grasshopper to get that done. And I think that little scrape with the wall as he exited the chicane didn't help him. So that was a lap with Derg. Fazer still sitting in third. He's doing a good job, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Sitting in third. He's got Unforgiven chasing him down. Unforgiven in the familiar BMW Endurance.
That is his favourite car to drive.
Do you think?
Yeah, he has actually said the BMW is his preferred car out of everything. He loves driving that thing.
I can't remember ever seeing him in anything else now. It's been that long, but he's just always in that. But
yeah,
he's got a bit of a fight on his hands at the minute if he wants to catch up to the back of Fazer. Fazer doing a good job so far. Unforgiven, you can see he's really pushing it hard. Let's just have a look at the times. Unforgiven's last lap was 1:37.7. and Fazer's was 1:39, so it's only going to be a matter of time before Unforgiven is right underneath his rear wing of Fazer, and you can see he seems to be closing the gap with every corner. So we'll just go down Nightbreed, like I say, on his own a little bit in the Porsche. Then we've got Pete leading the charge of the GR4s in 6th. Molpiece in 7th, and then we've got yourself and Stealth still battling it out for 8th position. It's great. Look, we've said it many times. I've said it many times. You don't need to be at the front of a race to have a good race. You can do it in the middle. You can do it at the back. It doesn't matter where you are on the track as long as you're racing, and that's what it's all about. And it looks like you're having a bit of fun out there with Stealth.
Yeah.
Stealth seems to have found a lot of pace this season. So was it a case of trying to do as much defending as you can?
It was. I think, to be honest, because I knew what the standards were. This is my favourite track out of all the tracks. But I think after that bump from Stealth, and I think I did try, but I wasn't so, because I think if I personally believe, I think if we didn't have that bump, me and Stealth would have been able to battle Pete because he wouldn't
Yeah.
have been that far ahead. So yeah, but never mind.
Yeah, it is. It's all part of racing. I mean, it happens in real life as it happens in sim racing as well. You just sort of have to get on with it, don't you? But you can
Yeah,
have a good race, as we see Stealth having a bit of a cheeky look there, wasn't he? I think he's just trying to put the pressure on. Oh, now is he going to put alongside?
yeah,
Where's he gone as we're heading towards turn 5? This is quite a fast turn. Oh, and Stealth just has to back out. Oh, as you get yourself all out of... that was not what we wanted to see. And I
yeah. No,
think that was just the pressure, was it?
it wasn't so much the pressure. It was I was trying to pay attention to where Stealth was on track, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, because I was trying to pay attention to where he was on track, I sort of went a bit wider than I should have done.
yeah.
And
You try to give each other
unfortunately,
a bit of room.
yeah,
Yeah, of course, that's not the best of lines to take turn 5. And once you get onto that curb on the left-hand side, that's the result. So that
yeah,
was really unlucky. Obviously, Stealth can carry on. He didn't touch it. It wasn't his fault. But that's made your race near impossible now.
yeah,
We've got 20 minutes to go, but we shall keep an eye and see if you can get back up to the back of Stealth. So we'll just go back up to the top then to see how our race leader or overall race leader is getting on, because obviously Pete is the race leader in the GR4s, but Grasshopper still out in front, managing to hold Derg off. Or should I say Derg doing a great job to keep up and keeping Grasshopper's mirrors. Unforgiven, he's managed to get by Phaser now. Did Phaser have a bit of a moment because he's dropped himself down to 5th? Nightbreeder's got by as well, so maybe let's just have a quick look. No, we've got to go back too far. So sorry we missed that one, but Phaser's now dropped down to 5th. Nightbreeder's moved up into 4th, and that must have been quite a moment for Phaser, because there's quite a gap there now between himself and Nightbreed. So maybe it was the chicane of death has claimed a victim.
maybe.
We're not sure, and apologies for missing that one. Do you remember what happened? Was anything said over the comms?
No, I completely missed it. I think at the time I was trying to concentrate and catching up,
Right.
up to Stealth. But I think he got caught by the chicane of death. I think, not 100% sure, but I
Yeah.
believe it was chicane of death.
I mean, that really can be what it is. He's had a major off, hasn't he, to put him that far back. You can see quite a gap, so he is really in no man's land now. Nightbreed the same. They are just out there having a bit of a practice. Unforgiven sitting in 3rd. Now he's doing everything he can to catch up to the back of Derg. I would say there is about 4-second gap, 5 seconds, maybe a little bit more. I'm not too sure. Derg still sticking with Grasshopper. I can't remember the words out this morning. So Grasshopper and Derg still enjoying themselves, having a bit of fun out in positions 1 and 2. Unforgiven in 3rd now. Unforgiven, I mean, he's no slouch. He has got a bit of pace about him, hasn't he? And what are we now? We are 12 and a half minutes into this race, so about 17 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah, he did say that the BMW actually struggled a little bit on this track.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to write him off just yet. Nightbreed, as I say, in 4th. I love the livery on that car, the Twiglets. Every time I see it, it makes me want to have a bag of Twiglets. But fantastic livery. Phaser's down in 5th, Pete in 6th. It looks like everybody has spread out now, haven't they? Multiclass in 7th. Everybody's just out having a bit of a very lonely race, although Stealth doing everything he can now to catch up to the back of Multiclass, so we could see a bit of a fight on our hands within the next 1 or 2 laps. It depends on mistakes being made. And then yourself, you're in a fight with Grasshopper and Derg. We must point out that the guys in the GR4 cars don't necessarily have to move off of the racing line when the GR3s come up to lap them. It is up to the GR3s to find their own way by, and they have to do it safely. Of course, there is a bit of responsibility from the GR4 guys. They're not going to purposely get in the way, but they don't have to move off the line. But I just saw you did tend to just move out the way slightly and not get in their way, did you there, John?
Yeah, I tend to find, like, although like I have put the rule in there that you don't have to move out of the way. The way I look at it, if it's not, doesn't really matter so much if it's one guy coming up, but if you can see there's two guys coming up, it's just easier to let them go because it just interferes with their race.
Yeah, and if they're in a fight like these two are and you're not, it doesn't really do anybody any favours, does it, to try and get in the way? So it's just good driving, just it's sensible stuff, just to move out of the way, let the guys have the race. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow flag? Oh, it's Stealth that's pulled over. Oh, now if I can find Stealth, did he have a moment or did he just decide that
I think he caught the chicane of death, I think.
He's exclaimed another victim, has it? Well, let's have a look. Let's follow Stealth in as we go into the start of the chicane. So he's through turns 13 and 14 quite safely. He's missed the barrier, and is it... Well... Oh, here it is. He's just got himself on the curb. That's really unlucky. He's got over the curb of turn 16, the same as most people do, and it's just spun the back end of that McLaren round and into the barrier, hasn't it? And it's really lucky because Grasshopper and Derg were come flying through there at the same time, so that could have got very messy very quickly.
Yeah.
But poor old Stealth, that's knocked him down to 8th. Pete has come into the pit, so it's time for a change. He's... You can see Stealth has got damage front and back. So Pete now out on a fresh set of medium tyres. We didn't really look at the tyres, did we? Oh, and they're going into the first of the chicanes. Pete in 7th position. He's got Grasshopper and Dirk fighting for positions behind him. Molepiece just up ahead. So this is not the best of places to try and get caught up with traffic. And that is going to cost Dirk a bit of time. He's trying to stick with Grasshopper, is Dirk, and I think they've managed to get by. They have, Molepiece and Pete. Now Molepiece and Pete are now fighting it out for 6th. Maybe Grasshopper and Dirk coming through has held them up a little bit, but now these two can have a bit of a fight. Molepiece just still having to settle for 7th. You can see Unforgiven in the background coming through. That's what the blue flag's all about. So will Molepiece move out of the way, or is he just concentrating full in on the back of Pete's car? Yeah, he's let Unforgiven through. Unforgiven down towards turn 12, and he's got Pete just in front of him. Oh, and they're going to enter the chicane of death. This could get very interesting. Where am I going? I need to see this. Oh, and Unforgiven has just got himself in front of Pete, which is exactly what he wanted. He didn't want to end up behind Pete, did he, going through that through that chicane. So Pete opened up a bit of a gap back to Molepiece again. I thought Molepiece was going to be trying to put a bit of a challenge in, but he's just dropped off a few car lengths. So let's have a look at the tyres, shall we, and see what's happening. Grasshopper still out there, followed by Dirk. They're on the softs. Ooh, Dirk got a bit of damage to the front. So he might have clipped the chicane on the way out. But they're both still out there. Unforgiven on the softs, he's still out there as well. Phaser, well, he's a long way off, is Phaser. He's just coming around turn 17 now. But he's in 4th, so he's managed to get by Nightbreed. So maybe Nightbreed's had a bit of an issue. So Phaser and Nightbreed have swapped positions. Phaser stays out. Nightbreed.
No, I think Nightbreed's been in the pits, I think.
Yes, he has. Nightbreed's just pitted because he's got a fresh set of medium tyres on.
Yeah.
So Nightbreed's pitted. The guys ahead of him haven't. So if he gets a bit of a shake on, he may be able to catch up to the back of Phaser at least. So Pete, I think he must have just pitted as well. He's on a fresh set of medium tyres. Molepiece still out there on the original softs. Stealth also on the softs, and the Big Mac, well, yourself, well, you've really punished your tyres, haven't you, in this first section of the race. I'm looking at the front left. Obviously, the left-hand tyres, with it being a clockwise track, the left-hand tyres do take more punishment, but there's a pit stop looming for yourself there.
Yeah.
We'll just go back up to the race leaders, and they're still staying out there. Half a tank of fuel each, so there's plenty of fuel, so that's not the issue here. It's going to be the tyres. I think Grasshopper was kind of waiting for Derg to go in the pits, and I think Derg is waiting for Grasshopper to go in. So these two, neither of them want to give anything away, do they? Unforgiven, he's still in there. Bit of battle damage on that car at the front. So he's obviously had a bit of a kiss with Barrier at some point during the race. We've got two in the pits then. Stealth is in. Molepiece is in. Yourself in as well. A few bumps and scrapes on the front of that car.
Yep.
Oh, the garage will not be pleased with you. They're the ones that have got to do the repairs. So it's Stealth out in 8th, Big Mac in 9th. Back to where we were at the beginning of the race with these two battling, although the roles have reversed. So it is Big Mac chasing Stealth down. Look like you've got a great entry into that chicane. That can ruin your lap, can't it? That first chicane.
Yeah.
If you get that wrong. This is where you had the big off earlier on, but managed to get round there successfully, and you start up the hill towards turn 7. So let's just go back up and see what's happening with Grasshopper. Is he coming into the pits? Phaser, morning. Phaser says, I don't know if you can see that, John, but Phaser said hello.
Hello, Phaser. Thank you for watching.
So Grasshopper there, he's pulled a bit of a fake pit entry. He looked like he was going to go into the pits, and I was just going to shout at him that he got a penalty, but he stayed out. Unforgiven's gone in, and Derg also. Derg, whether he meant to go in or he fell for it, I don't know, but Derg has gone in. So he's looking for the undercut then, obviously now. Unforgiven out in 3rd, not that far behind Derg, and Grasshopper has stayed out. So Grasshopper, he's going to have to pit, I would imagine, at the end of this lap. Otherwise, that undercut isn't... well, it's going to come into force, isn't it? Because Derg, I'm sure, will have better pace on the better tyres. So we'll just have a look down and see what's going on. Phaser now into the pits. He's going to get a fresh set of boots on and a little bit of fuel. Pete has already pitted. Molepiece, he's pitted. And then yourself and Stealth also have pitted as well.
Oh, I think we're coming up to that freeway crash shortly. I think it might be the next lap, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
And who was that with?
Stealth, Phaser, and Nightbreed.
Oh, I see. So Stealth has just got the blue flag. Nightbreed just trying to get by him through turn 6. Phaser following Nightbreed, so Nightbreed goes alongside to get by Stealth as they go through turn 7 and 8. Let's have a look. Where's Phaser? There's Phaser. Oh, Nightbreed. Whoa, let's just go back and have a look at this now. Nightbreed just seemed to lose it quite a lot there. Phaser's saying he's got so much understeer. Yeah, a lot of people saying that, Phaser. There's a lot of understeer, but we can just see Nightbreed as he goes down through turn 7, approaches turn 8. Now, if you get your wheels on that curve, that's he's just gone onto the grass, and you're just a passenger at this point. Tries to recover and get back on, wrestling with the car, and there he is, parked up just on turn 11. Oh, and who's that's gone off in front? Stealth. So it all happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did he do the same thing as Nightbreed? Did he follow it? No, maybe. No, there was no. He tried to miss, didn't he? Stealth tried to miss him.
Yeah, I think he got a tiny bump from. I think he got a tiny bump from Phaser because
I'm
obviously
just
Phaser was trying to avoid him. So
yeah, everybody trying to avoid Nightbreed. Oh, he did. Yeah, Phaser's gone off, Stealth's gone off. Oh, it's absolute chaos. We are now watching the Demolition Derby at URL.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's all happening, but everybody seems to have settled down a bit now. Pete obviously oblivious to it all. Molepiece also oblivious to it all. So we'll start at the top again. So Grasshopper has made it into the pits, and we can see Dirk just sitting in the background. So Grasshopper's got into the pits and got back out again ahead of Dirk, which is exactly what he wanted. We've got, 7.5 minutes of this race to go. Remember, it is double points for this race. So Grasshopper doing a fantastic job out in front at the minute. Dirk doing everything he can to catch him back up again. The undercut didn't quite work. But as I say, or did he fall for the dummy that Grasshopper threw him about going into the pits? Unforgiven, he's had a great recovery race. He has. He's getting right onto the back of Dirk now. He's only a few car lengths between them. So he's going to carry on pushing. He may be looking at trying to get himself on the next step up on the podium. Oh, you're not going to do it like that, Alex. So that's pretty much secured his spot in P3 with just a little over 6 minutes to go. That was a big bump. Oh, he's got damage to the engine. He's got damage to the front wheels. That was a big hit, and I felt that one.
Yep.
So that's Unforgiven. Going to hobble round for a bit. He's just been overtaken by Pete. So Alex has got to drive around trying to get that damage repaired. Remember, these cars fitted with these special nanobots that they are self-repairing, and it'd be great if we had them on our own cars, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So it is Pete out in front in the GR4s. Oh, what's happened there? I didn't mean to press that one. So Pete out in front in the GR4s. Then we've got Molepiece. He's in 7th or 2nd, whichever way you want to look at it. We've got the Big Mac in 8th or 3rd, and then Stealth down in 9th or 4th. Grasshopper, though, overall leader at the minute, and he seems to be pulling away from Dirk. There does seem to be an increasing gap there. So Dirk currently sitting in 2nd, as he has for the whole of the race, so no real change for these two. Unforgiven now in 3rd. He did have a swap with Phaser at one point. Phaser in 4th. I do like the look of the yellow on that AMG.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It is quite nice, isn't it? I think that would look pretty cool if that was your own car.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if I could have one of them cars, it wouldn't matter what colour it was.
Yeah.
So then we've got Nightbreed in 5th, and maybe left the challenge a little bit too late for Nightbreed. Pete in 6th then, so everybody pretty much spread out. The nearest we get to a race is when one of the GR3s tries to go by the GR4s, as we see Nightbreed doing with Molepiece. Sensible driving there from Nightbreed. He got no real need to get by him quickly, so he just bided his time and got the move done before they got into the chicane of death, as they both get through there successfully. Then we've got yourself coming up to the chicane this time. I find I'm quite confident going into that chicane the first few laps, and then the confidence sort of drops off a little bit the longer the race goes on.
Yeah.
And that's where your mistakes start kicking in, and I think you get a bit too complacent. You think, well, this is all right, I can get through here quite quickly. So then you try and go a little bit quicker, and that's where you end up smashing into the barriers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So as I say, we're going to try and bring you the points for the final standings at the start of the next race. The next race obviously being the final. Yeah, and I've just been told the points should be with us very shortly.
Oh, great. Oh,
And
nice.
I'm hoping they are. But if not, never mind. We will go through the whatever points we've got. So Dirk, right, well, he's got a lot closer to Grasshopper now. So has Grasshopper took his foot off the gas a little bit, or has Dirk put his foot further down on it? But we are back to where we were in the early stages of this race, with Dirk putting Grasshopper under a lot of pressure. I think Grasshopper, he just enjoys the pressure because he doesn't put a foot wrong, does he? He's like a robot.
Yeah.
He's having a great race. He's really got to grips with that Corvette as well. I find it quite a difficult car to drive. The back end always wants to come around on you.
Yeah.
Very quick in a straight line. But Dirk doing a great job at the minute of keeping up with him and putting the pressure on. He's getting right underneath the smelly end now, isn't he?
Yeah, it definitely is.
We've got just approaching 2 minutes of this race to go, so maybe Dirk is throwing caution to the wind and he is really pushing it now. Is he lining Grasshopper? Oh, I think both of them had a bit of a door scrape with the barrier then. This is about the nearest we're going to get to a race, I think, between these two. We'll just follow them through turn 17 and onto the start-finish straight. I'm not sure Dirk's close enough to get in a slipstream of Grasshopper and make a move before they get to turn 1 or even turn 2, which is the start of the chicane. So let's just have a run down. Unforgiven, well, he's settled for third now, hasn't he, after that disaster in the chicane earlier. Phaser in fourth, he's under no pressure at all. Same with Nightbreed, sitting there in fifth. Then we've got Pete in sixth, he's leading the GR4s and it doesn't look under any pressure whatsoever. Molepiece in seventh, then yourself, the Big Mac in eighth, and Stealth way down in ninth. So we'll go back up to where the race is actually taking place, and it is Grasshopper and Dirk. We are into the last minute of this 30-minute race. So this, well, I don't know if it's going to be the last lap or not. I think I'm just trying to work it out where they are on the track. They might get one more in, I'm not sure.
Possibly. Can't remember whether they. I think. Yeah. No. I don't think they do. If I remember rightly, this is the last lap for them.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking at 30 seconds to go now. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time and the map in the top right as well to see who's going to be finishing first. And it may well actually be these two. Although we've got. See, oh no, Stealth is just coming around turn 17. We've got about 5 seconds to go. It might be yourself that finishes first. You did in 8th. Stealth is 9th. Now we're going to go back a little bit because I wanted to see the two leaders, and what a great. In fact, I'm going to go back a little bit further than that because this looks like a fantastic battle. We'll jump on board with Dirk as we take the final turn 17. He has a bit of a cheeky look up the inside, and Grasshopper just trying to close the door there. What what a fantastic move from Dirk. He's got himself in there. Now where is Grasshopper? We better come out and have a look again, but Dirk has crossed the line to take the win. What a fantastic move. Dirk got himself up the inside of Grasshopper. He just put that car exactly where he wanted it. Grasshopper could do nothing about that at all. And what a fantastic finish to the race, with Dirk just taking the win from Grasshopper.
Yeah, I have to say, obviously with them two, the last corner there was a bump between the both of them, but the stewards did look at it, and it was literally just a racing incident.
Just an incident. It was good racing. I think Unforgiven coming in third. Yeah, I think Dirk, he just put his car exactly where he wanted it. Nothing that Grasshopper could do about it. down the inside
definitely.
to take the win. What a great move that was. Fazer
Yep.
just going through the chicane. He's definitely going to take fourth. We can just see Pete just ahead of him. Pete just coming around turn 17. And will cross the line to take the win in the GR4 race. And this is where we sort of have to flick backwards and forwards as they finish at different times. So Pete finishing in 6th. Fazer across the line in 4th. Good race for Fazer.
Yep.
Got himself into 3rd at one position at one point. Then we've got Nightbreed in 5th. And then we've just got Molepiece to finish to complete the set. Everybody then finished. So that was race 9. Double points on this one, remember. Myself and John are going to go off and grab a quick cup of tea, and then we're going to be back to bring you the final race at Red Bull, and we will bring you the points update as well. So thank you everybody for watching, and we should catch you all very soon.